What is going on, guys? Hope you had a good day like always. If y'all did not watch part 1, go watch it right now because you can't watch part 2 if you ain't watched part 1. Me and Dylan actually have our traps. In the last video I told you guys we're gonna make one on camera, make the rest. We didn't make as many as we want because this dude did not have any zip ties. I told him zip ties it's like duct tape. Everyone has them, but he didn't have any zip ties, so we only made 6 traps. We made 4 that are pretty big and then 2 little ones we think are gonna work pretty good. Like I said, y'all, we're down here at the river. Dylan's with me like always. I told you guys in part 1 that I was gonna give a lot of more tips and how we're gonna set these traps, where we're gonna put them at, the location we're at. So that's what we're about to get into. It's probably around like 4:30, 5 o'clock right now. We waited till it got a little bit darker because, like I said in the last video, these crawfish are most active at night. So we figured set them a little bit later, have all night for them to do their thing, and we're gonna get up tomorrow and come check them. We're at the river right now, so we're about to walk down this path, go find our spots, the location where we're gonna set them at, and we're gonna get the trap. And you ready to do this, man?
Let's do it.
Alright, y'all, so right now me and Dylan are actually walking down this little trail. Got about a 2-mile walk. It is pretty far to get to our spot, but this is where we saw some crawfish last time and some signs of there being some crawfish. So that's why we're making our hike. Dylan's carrying all the traps right now. I just have the bait in my hand. I'm explaining to you guys what the bait I have once we get to the spot, but I just want you guys to know, walking about 2 miles to get to the spot. So it's getting dark as we speak. It's getting kind of pressure time. We gotta set these traps super fast, make sure they're set in the right spots so we have the best luck. See you guys when we get there. Alright, y'all, it's about time. We made it to the spot. I think we see our path right here. Show you guys what I'm walking through, but I have a lot of stuff in my hand. Hate these things so much. Thorns. Ooh, she's looking pretty. Alright, y'all, we're at the river. You alright?
I hate thorns.
We hate thorns. But there's one thing I know about crawfish, y'all. This goes for bass fishing, crawfish. When you're in a river, most of the time the current's always flowing, and a lot of things don't really have to sit in the current. It takes a lot of their energy having to fight it all the time, so you have to find some good pockets where it's out of the current. And in the other video, y'all, explained to you guys, that's what we're looking for. Those little holes right there, they're actually crawfish that come out of the water to bury down. Then once it gets kind of dark, or whenever they want to get back into the water to get active again, they come out those little holes and they go back into the river right here. I mean, they're just all over. So if you guys can see, this is the main river right here. It's flowing all the way down. And from this rock right here, all the way down to where there's a couple laydowns, there's no current right here. So this is a great opportunity for bass to come out of the current, to come here to stage up, to try to eat any food source they have, if it's shad or if it's bluegill, and even crawfish. And crawfish will use this little pocket right here too to get out the current to feed. So this is the first place I actually want to put a trap, because last time me and Dylan came down here, we were bass fishing a little bit. I saw this one little spot and I actually caught a bass right here, y'all. And then down a little bit further, there's just this nice flat bank that had nothing but rocks and a lot of those little holes. So that's where I think a lot of crawfish are sitting at. So let's go and get set up and show you guys how we're gonna set these traps. All right, guys, so these are the traps right here that we made. We actually made a lot more. I told you guys in the last video we only made 1, but we actually have 4 of these big ones, and because we ran out of zip ties, if someone didn't have any, we made some smaller ones.
Oh, half.
Yeah, it's about half the size. We made 2 of these with the big traps, y'all. We had 4 entry holes for them to go in, but because we had to cut these in half to make them smaller, we just zip tied the whole back of them and just left 2 holes for these guys to go in. I think they're gonna work pretty good, man.
I do too.
Like I was explaining to you guys, crawfish, their scent is super good. It's like it's a catfish, but it's a little shrimp, a little crawfish. So for bait, I wanted to use something I knew stunk so bad, and that is just some old gizzard shad. We have them probably from, there's some pretty big ones in here, probably 8 to 9 inches. We have some pretty good sized ones in here. So what we're gonna do, guys, because the river's flowing down, me and Dylan would actually want to put these traps spaced out enough to where as the current's flowing down, the scent's gonna be traveling with it. So if we put one here, then stretch them out, probably put another one maybe 10 yards down, it'll pretty much be covering this whole entire bank, so the scent is just running all the way down the river. And you'll be shocked, y'all, these crawfish, if there's some past, they'll try to come up to find where that smell's coming from.
We can probably cover about 80 yards, 100 yards of this bank too, because that scent will travel really far.
These gizzard shads stink. What I tried to explain to you guys in the last video, we're in a public little river right here. So instead of just having these traps tied to a rope that's pretty bright, I don't want people to steal my traps. I just have some 40-pound trilene. It's thick enough to where it's not gonna make these traps go anywhere, and it's small enough to where no one's gonna be able to see this line. So I don't want my traps getting stolen. Me and Dylan put some time into making these. So that's the setups we're gonna be doing, guys. Just tie them off to the trees, put them in good spots. I'm showing you guys how we're gonna zip tie this bait into the trap, because these little crawfish, they'll actually try to go into that trap and rip the bait out. So I have to show you guys how we're gonna pin these in the traps. Let's get to it. I explained to you guys yesterday, we used the actual chicken wire. It's gonna bend. It's not. That's why I wanted to use the plastic stuff. And you guys are wondering how you're gonna get the crawfish out, how you're gonna put the bait in. What's cool about this is that because it's flexible, you can actually pull this out, and I can open this back up to where I can get my whole hand in there. When we have to take the crawfish out, we can just shake them out. I can even open this whole entire thing back up. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna put a gizzard shad right in the middle. I have zip ties right here to where I'm just gonna go underneath and just kind of lock this bait down into the middle. Like I said, these guys will try to go in and take the bait out. That's what we're about to do now. Let's bait up. Now I'm talking, this stuff stinks. All right, y'all, there's the first gizzard shad. All right, guys, I know we just had an idea, but me and Dylan just sat here and talked for a second. We honestly don't even need to zip tie these baits, because even if the crawfish come in, one, they're not strong enough to try to pick up this whole entire bait. And the reason why we're thinking about keeping it still, because these crawfish, y'all, they're gonna sit there all day, all night, and just eat at this until it's all the way gone. So I honestly don't even think we need to zip tie it down. So we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna close our trap back up. When you're tying this, me and Dylan are actually gonna set ours all the way up at the top. Cut the tag end off, just so make sure that it sinks, guys. We're gonna throw a rock in here, make it look more natural too. All right, y'all, we're picking up our trap. Gonna toss it in. Sink. I'm gonna pull it back up just to make sure that the trap's sitting perfect. There she is. All right, y'all, we're gonna stick the stick into the ground right here, just so we can have our trap so they don't go nowhere. Go ahead and tie her off. So that's one trap. Like me and Dylan said, we're gonna spread them all the way down the bank so the scent can travel down with it, but it's in a great spot. Then we're gonna have some pretty good luck here. We actually might move up one more because it's still right behind this rock. It's actually where a lot probably gonna sit. We're probably gonna move up a little bit more, place one right there, then we're gonna start working our way down the river. All right, y'all, so like I said, me and Dylan are gonna try to space these traps out along the bank, probably every 10 to 20 yards, just so the scent can travel all the way down. So we have two traps set right here. River's flowing this way, so we're gonna keep on walking down this bank and keep on setting them. All right, y'all, this is trap number 4. Get your shad in there, rock to follow behind it. All right, y'all, as we're walking back, you guys can see those 3 holes right here. It's all crawfish. They're all the way up on this bank. The river is right there. That means they're expanding out this far. I mean, these holes are just everywhere. Hope we have some good luck. All right, guys, so I just realized that I grabbed a bag that had 6 pieces of gizzard shad, and just from us running up and down this bank, I lost a piece, so now I have a trap that has no bait. No bait, can't catch any crawfish. So we set 5. We have 6 traps. All we have left is one of the small ones, so I'm happy that we got at least 4 of the big ones out and 1 of the small ones out. They're placed along this bank perfectly. There's a good stretch right here that just has no current. There's big boulders in front of them. There's laydowns. It's a perfect spot for, I think, crawfish to be. We're seeing all those little holes in the bank, so I mean, there's definitely crawfish here. I don't know if the winter time, y'all, they kind of act differently. I know people try to target them in the summer and warmer weather, so I don't know if that's going to affect us, but the traps are set. It has good bait in there. We have a good location. Last thing to do now, y'all, is just come check them tomorrow and hope that we have some good luck. All right, y'all, so me and Dylan are on the bridge now. Out of those woods, those thorns are just insane. Super tough to get in and out, but we're out. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit more about having confidence to set these traps. It takes a lot. Like I said, I've never done this before. I've trapped crawfish with a net, never with actual traps. This is Dylan's first time too, right? Yep. The whole fact of having confidence, I know if there's any crawfish in the area, y'all, we're gonna go get them in the traps tomorrow. I have high hopes that we're gonna get some crawfish. The location that we went at is perfect. There's tons of signs of crawfish in the area. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is I really don't know how crawfish interact with the winter. Those holes are kind of high on the bank, but there could just be millions of crawfish and they're all just doing their own little thing. I don't know if they make those little holes to get out of the water, because I really don't know, y'all. The trap's in a good location. I'm super pumped at what can happen tomorrow. Still walking, y'all. So next time you see me pick up this camera, we'll be walking back here, checking these traps, and hopefully taking them somewhere. You guys stay tuned. All right, guys, little update. It's the next morning. Me and Dylan are back out here. If you guys can tell, it is raining so bad right now. Nice camera and rain did not mix too well. I got a trash bag right here. Look at the river now. It's flowing pretty fast. It's like 35 degrees out here. It's not the ideal conditions, but we can't leave these traps out here. If there's any crawfish in there, I want to get them out. The river's flowing super fast right now. I don't know if that's going to affect the crawfish in the current. I don't know if our traps are even still there. We're getting close to the spot, so I'll pick this camera back up once we're going to go check these traps, but it's raining, y'all, and it's just not good conditions. All right, y'all, like I said, it's raining really bad. This camera should not be out. We're going to try to check these traps really quick. The first one, y'all, the river's flooded so bad right now. These spots did not have water in it yesterday. My trap is hung up from all the debris. That's not good. Guys, this line might break. I can't get this trap up. Well, there goes that trap. All right, y'all, we're grabbing the next trap. Let's hope this one doesn't break. And that one has nothing. Bait hasn't even been touched. All right, y'all, next trap. This current is so bad. This one snagged too, man. That one just broke too. This was a rough one, y'all. Back at the house now, just took a shower, got out of those wet clothes. It was miserable out there. As soon as me and Dan went down to the river, y'all, I realized that it was flooded so bad. We got rain that night that just rose the river every bit of 5 foot. The river was flowing so bad, it brought so many more trees down, and they just got stuck in the traps. Set 5 traps, got 1 back. Just 1. So I lost 4 of my traps, which does suck, y'all, but now I know for the river, it's so unpredictable what we're going to have to do down there. You can't control the current, you can't control the weather. If y'all don't know, I'm in North Carolina, and we have the worst weather right now. It is freezing cold one day, and the next day it's 70 degrees. Rains for a week, it's just complicated. So my idea now is that I'm going to have to set these traps in a better location. I'm talking to the camera now because I still want to post this video. I still give you guys a lot of tips and techniques, how to place traps, where to put them at. So I think it's still a video to post. I want you guys to start experiencing how videos don't always go as planned and the conditions I have to be in sometimes. It's worth for you guys to see. Don't always make a video, but I try my best, guys. Like I said, I have some new tactics of what I'm going to do. The next video, we're going to make this into 3 parts. The next video y'all are going to see, I'm going to bring these traps to a different location, probably a better creek that's not going to be flowing as bad and have the risk of it flooding like the way it did. I'm still on the hunt to get some crawfish, and I'm going to make it happen, so you guys stay tuned for this. Part 3 is coming soon. But we're going to wrap it up right here, guys. If y'all want to watch any of these videos, just click on one right here. Just click on one, let me know what y'all thought about it. Leave a comment down below. If you want to support this channel, just hit the subscribe button like always. Appreciate it, guys. Lippin Bass TV.